Hey guys, Joe here. Just want to talk to you about a little bit of a day trading recap I did. Hope you guys are having a good day. I also want to tell you guys some crazy news. So, as you know, I had a 50K funded account through Topstep, and I had a drawdown limit where I could not go below $0. And as you knew, the past day, the day before yesterday, I had a loss of like 780, and then I took two losses yesterday, which caused me to go below $0 and lose my express funded account through Topstep. So what I did was I wrote down some things, and I really wanted to explain to you guys like things I should have done differently. Um, and also, I want to tell you guys like my original game plan, and I sort of lost touch with it. And that was to get a prop firm, get with the prop firm, get a funded account. Once I get that funded account, every time I pay myself, put a big portion of that money, no matter how much it is, $200, $1,000, $2,000, put it into my own brokerage account, Webull. I love Webull. I'm not like, sponsored or anything, but I do love them. Like their setup is amazing. I've never had a single problem with them. Their customer service is amazing too. So that's what I plan on doing. And I used to trade two triple leverage ETFs called TQQQ and SQQQ. They both go off the NASDAQ 100, as does QQQ. Um, SQQQ is the inverse ETF. So basically, to explain it, is when NASDAQ is up 1%, TQQQ is up 3%, and SQQQ is down 3%. And then vice versa. When NASDAQ is down 1%, TQQQ is down 3%, and SQQQ is up 3%. So just to get that little bit of a rundown, that was sort of my original game plan. Um, One thing I'm going to find a way to show you guys, I just don't know how to do it right now, is I want to show you the three payouts I did. I did pay myself a total of $1,450, if I'm correct. So like one thing I should have done differently was with Topstep, you can pay yourself once you have an express funded account. You can pay yourself after 5 green days. Now, at the time that I signed up, you only needed 5 green days where you made $100 or more. They changed it to now it's $200 or more. Um, but basically, I got to the point where I would have like 2 week green streaks, and I would be up like 3 grand, and I wouldn't pay myself, and then I would take a massive loss. Um, and I think that was my biggest problem was, and I'm telling you guys this, and I'm opening up about this because I want you guys to learn from my mistakes. Because at the end of the day, relying on Top Step as a source of income really isn't the smartest thing, especially because they have had some problems in the future. And I'm just being transparent and honest with you guys, something that I've realized the past few days since I lost my funded accounts. So yeah, um, some things I should have done differently was obviously pay myself more often. I could have probably paid myself at least 10 different times in the last like 3 months. Not worrying so much about the drawdown limit because honestly, it costs only $50 to start a 50K account. And even if I would have been up only $500 and paid myself $250, yeah, that leaves me really close to the drawdown limit. But at the end of the day, the worst case scenario was I pay myself $250, and let's say I do end up hitting that drawdown limit the next day, the next trading day I trade, and I spent $50. So it's like I still paid myself $250, and worst case scenario, I'm I'm losing $50 out of that $250. So like, and that 200 or that 250 would have went to my Webull account where I would have traded TQs and SQs. That was like the original plan. Um, Honestly, planning my trades. I didn't feel like I planned my trades enough. I would see good entry levels, and I'd be like, hey, this is a good entry. Like, I could see it pulling back to here. But I never had a true game plan. I never had hey, this is where I'm going to enter. This is my take profit, and this is where my stop loss is going to be, or vice versa, depending on if I'm going long or short. I love going short, so I'm just speaking from experience. Um, Yeah, just being more picky about the trades I took. There was times where I would be down, like I would have my first red trade and I'd be down like let's say $250, and then something would click in my head and I would feel like I need to make, I would feel like I need to make all that money up, and I would be super like I'd be like tunnel vision, but it's like the worst type of tunnel vision, guys. Because I'm telling you right now, like the one rule that I am going to start sticking to is like a one trade a day. I'm only going to allow myself from now on one trade a day. And today I did reset my 50K account. So I'm about to show you the trades that I took to make me $490. But yeah, my original game plan was just to put every penny I make from Topstep into my Webull account, slowly go back to trading TQs and SQs, and just that was really it. And how did I lose my account? I didn't always have a plan going into a trade, not letting my runners run. There was a lot of times where I'd be up like $200 and I would miss out on like $1,000 run, especially because you guys know, some of you know that NASDAQ futures are like 29x leverage, I think. And you got like, for like 1% of futures is like almost $200, where 1% of TQQ or SQQ is like maybe 45 to 60 cents. And I think with QQQ, 1% is like three or $4. So it's not. So that's why you can make so much more money trading futures. But remember, just as you can make a lot of money, you can also lose a lot of money trading futures. So you always got to keep that in mind. You always got to keep that risk management in mind. So that's another thing too. Is I never felt like my risk management was on set. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Majority of the time, I would look at my risk management and I would see, oh hey, like I got like a good risk, a good risk to reward would be like, you know like a 3 to 1, or even a 2 to 1 is okay. And mine would be like a 1 to 1 or like a 1 to 1.3. So it's like my losses were bigger than the money I was making per trade, and that's a big problem. And that's my goal with this next combine, is to have consistent profit, but most importantly, make sure my risk management is set. Make sure I'm planning my trades. Make sure I have an entry and an exit and to take profits. So yeah, that's really like what happened. I lost my 50K funded account. I'm gonna get it back, and I'm gonna show you guys every time I pay myself. When I have 5 green days and more than $200, I'm gonna pay myself, and I'm gonna show those payouts. And then like right now I'm still on my 9 to 5, so on Tuesdays and Fridays are my days off. So those are the days when after I have like a grand or two in my Webull account, and I go back to trading those TQs and SQs, I do plan on showing you guys me trading those too. So be on the lookout for that in the future. But yeah, let's get back to business. So this is it. I started the combine this morning. The reason why you just don't see the 490 is because Topstep doesn't apply that day's trades until like 5 p.m. Eastern time, I think. So yeah. So, and I obviously use Tradeovate through Topstep. I really love Tradeovate. I love their setup and everything. So yeah, as you guys know, I'm really big on like that first 15-minute open range, the highs and lows. So this was the lows of the first 15 minute, so 9:30 to 9:45, and this was the highs. Then I want to show you guys something that I saw. So the moment the market opened, we pushed up, pulled right back down, bounced off the EMA, and then we tried hitting a higher high. And even though we did technically hit a higher high, as you guys can see, I'm going to try to zoom in for you guys. Excuse me. The moment we hit the higher high, look what happened. We got rejected right there on that candlestick, and then we closed, And so we had a really strong resistance at this 14,920 level. And so what I did was I said, you know what? I said, I don't think we're going to hit any more higher highs. I don't think we're making continuation progress on the upside. So I'm going to go short when we get a break below the EMA, especially because if we get a break below, and as you can see right here, it did treat the EMA as a support. So the moment we had a break below, I wrote it down to right here until we started forming a support. Now, just to let you guys know, I did make this trade before 9:45 a.m. So at the time, this line was not even here. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The line, I didn't even have a line. I just saw a support forming for the last 5 minutes, and I said, hey, you know what? I said, we're not really making any progress. I'm gonna get out. And then, as you can see, we kept selling off, and yeah, and then that was really it. And that's what made me $490. If you guys got any questions, please comment below. If you guys enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I plan on making more videos. I do apologize about the last 2 days. I was having a lot of Wi-Fi lagging issues. I'm currently working on fixing that. And just to show you guys what I was talking about earlier, NASDAQ is down 1.28%. That's $191. Like, you see why I'm trying to say, like a 0.10% move, like, can make you and also lose you a nice amount of money. And that's why you got to be really, like, your risk management. Like, I will say this, if your risk management is not like on point, don't trade futures. Don't be like me, really, because you're taking too big of a risk. Because for me, at least, when I'm trading, I'm not doing this for a long-term thing. I want to make a few G's. I want to throw that money in my Weibo account and I want to grow it. I average about 1 to 1.5% a week. That's not bad. That's about 4% on average a month. If I can throw if I can throw even $1,000 a month into my own personal trading account, and grow it at the same time, like that's like the end goal. And because I know at the end of the day, I want to be a full-time day trader, but I got to be realistic with myself and I want to be realistic with you guys. And I want you guys to realize that, relying on these prop firms is not a smart thing. Make your money, put it into something else, whether if it's e-commerce, another trading account, your own personal trading accounts. I know the whole point of a prop firm is so that you don't have to use your own funds. But at the end of the day, even if you don't have your own funds, do you really, think about how quick you can get kicked out of these accounts. I had my account since June 5th of 2023, like I thought, like, oh man, I'm going to have this account for a full year or two, and I just had a few bad trades, in less than a week. Like put that into perspective, guys. Imagine you say, oh, hey, I'm making all this money from my Topstep account. And then you go to sit here and you have one bad week and you go below your drawdown limit. Now you're out of a source of income. Hopefully you got 2 funded accounts or 3, that now that Topstep allows us to. But yeah, just like, I don't know, that was my mindset was going into it, was like, hey, I am going to like use this money as a source of income, and once I make enough, I'll be able to trade full time. And I lived into like this little fairy tale land, and I was daydreaming all the time about it. And I shouldn't have been doing that, and that was wrong of me. And I had to be honest with myself, and I had to go back to the drawing board after I took that loss and after I lost that funded account. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Oh yeah, I want to show you guys my profits. $490.84. So I almost did 1% just today alone. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Comment below if you guys got any questions or if you guys got any recommendations for future videos. I hope you guys have a good day. Stay blessed.